Hello and welcome to today's episode of Dream Business, Dream Life. Today's episode is going to be another really personal one. I want to talk about something that to many of you may feel counterintuitive, and that's the power of stepping away from your business. Because sometimes I honestly believe that the best thing you can do for your business and for yourself is to give yourself space away from it. Now, I've lived this lesson in the biggest possible way. And I want to share that story with you. The story behind why I walked away from a seven-figure business and why creating the dream retreat became such a huge part of my mission. So settle in, grab a glass of wine or a cup of coffee, and let's talk about what really happens when you stop doing for a minute and you start allowing yourself to just be. Now, if you've been in my world for a while, you will know my story. You will know that I built a seven-figure business, and you'll know that from the outside it looked super successful. We were hitting goals, we were scaling fast, and doing all the things that we were told to do, chasing all of the things that we were told to chase. But behind the scenes, I was completely consumed. Every waking hour revolved around the business. I'd lost touch with my own life, my energy, even my sense of who I was beyond work had gone. And I remember one day sitting at my desk thinking, I've built everything that I thought I wanted. So why does it feel like I've lost myself in the process? Why do I feel so unhappy? And that moment changed everything. Because I realized in that moment that success isn't just about numbers. It's about alignment. It's about building something that supports the life you want, not building something that swallows your life whole. So I made a decision. I made a decision that shocked a lot of people. I walked away. I let go of that business and I started again. But this time, I promised myself I'd build things differently, on my terms, in a way that supported my dream life and helped others to do exactly the same thing. And what I learnt in that process is that clarity doesn't come when you're buried in the doing, it comes when you create space. When you slow down enough to listen, to breathe, to check back in with what you actually want. Because when you're constantly on, your mind gets cluttered with to-do lists, expectations, responsibilities. But when you step away, even for just a few days, even for a few hours, your perspective shifts. You start to see what really matters. You remember why you started it in the first place. You reconnect with your vision behind the business, the dream you hear me talk about all of the time. That's what stepping away gives you. It's not weakness. It's not losing momentum. It's actually about getting clarity, direction, and a life you want to live. Taking time away isn't just good for you. It's one of the smartest things you can do for your business. Because space is going to create clarity. And guess what? Clarity creates growth. When you give yourself permission to step back, something wonderful happens. You stop reacting and you start leading. You start becoming the CEO of your business. Because when you give yourself enough space, you come back with fresh ideas. Because creativity thrives in silence. How many times do those amazing ideas come to you the minute you stop? You hear people talk about it all of the time. My ideas always come in the shower or just as I start to settle off to sleep. That's because you've stopped. That's when your creativity is starting to thrive. New products, offers, collaborations. These sort of ideas that grow your business rarely come when you're sat at your desk doing the do. They come when your mind is free to wander, to just think and be. Your decisions are going to become better, easier even, because you're going to be less reactive. You're going to be more intentional. You're going to make decisions that move the needle, not decisions that just keep you busy. You're going to find a whole new energy because it's impossible to pour from an empty cup. And you know what the real irony is? When you stop chasing every opportunity and start focusing on what truly aligns with your goals, you actually start making more money because your time and energy are going to go into the right things, the things that are actually going to deliver real return for you. Burnout is not a strategy. It's not a badge of honor. And taking time out is going to help prevent burnout. You're your business's biggest asset. So when you're thriving emotionally, mentally, and physically, your business is going to naturally thrive too. Now, I always say that your business expands at the same pace you do. Your business grows at the same pace you do. So when you take time to rest, to reset, to reconnect with your vision, your business is going to follow suit. That pause isn't wasted time. It's actually a strategic investment. Let's look at this on the flip side. When you don't take that time, when you keep pushing through, you're going to start losing clarity. You're going to stop thinking strategically and start firefighting. Decisions are going to be made from a stress point of view instead of an intentional point of view. You're going to say yes to things that don't serve you, things that you don't enjoy, because you don't have the space to think about, is this actually right for me? The business might still look like it's growing, but underneath, it's going to be built on shaky ground. And that's how burnout sneaks in. That's how profit margins start to shrink. Creativity dries up, and suddenly the thing you once loved starts to feel really heavy. Maybe you'll even start to resent it. Taking space doesn't slow you down, it saves you from that spiral. It saves you from losing your vision. It's going to help you to keep your vision alive, and that is going to help you to keep your business healthy. And that is exactly why I created the Dream Retreat. After walking away from my first business, I realized I wasn't alone. So many business owners were building amazing things but feeling drained, overwhelmed, or out of alignment. And I wanted to create a space that gave people permission to pause, to breathe, to dream again. Now, the Dream Retreat is held in the beautiful Peak District. It's surrounded by nature, calm, and connection. It's designed for ambitious business owners who want more than just growth. They want clarity, purpose, and a business that truly fits their dream life. It's not about hustling harder. It's about aligning deeper. So during the retreat, we're going to slow things down. We're going to reflect, reconnect, and redesign your business and life vision so that they actually work together. You're going to leave not just rested, but re-energized, clear, and inspired. Now, if that's something you've been craving, you can find all the details in the show notes, and I'd love to welcome you there. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to pause, to step away from all of the noise and just be? If it's been a while, maybe this episode is your nudge. Because clarity doesn't always come from doing more. Sometimes it comes from doing less. So take that walk, book that weekend away, say yes to rest, because that space might just hold the answer you've been searching for. Now, I hope this episode reminds you that stepping away isn't stepping back. Stepping away is actually a powerful step forward. So if this message resonates, share it with someone else whom you think needs that reminder. And if you're ready to take a real break, to find clarity, connection, and alignment again, you know where to find me. The Dream Retreat is waiting for you. Until next time, take a breath and keep building your business and your life on your terms. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time.